Christian groups in the United States have long wanted their government to do something about what they see as the ongoing persecution of Christians in the Middle East, especially in Iraq.
Our fellow Christians and all who are persecuted in the Middle East should not have to rely on multinational institutions when America can help them directly. And tonight, it is my privilege to announce that President Trump has ordered the State Department to stop funding ineffective relief efforts at the United Nations.
Pence's announcement was cheered by the evangelical community, which wields considerable political influence. But officials at both the State Department and the UN don't yet have a lot of details on the policy and funding changes.
This does not apply to all UN programs. It applies to programs that address the persecuted and displaced religious minority communities. USAID will be involved in this. The State Department will as well.
We continue to make sure that our aid efforts on the ground, including in Iraq, which was part of this discussion, are on the basis of need. And we try to serve all communities based on need.
This isn't the first time the Trump administration has pulled UN funding in order to advance its policy agenda. Earlier this year, it cut funding from the family planning program because of concerns over forced abortion in China, something which the government in Beijing denies. However, this plan to help a specific religious group is raising some concerns because it would use tax dollars to help a specific religious group, not help an entire country in crisis. U.S. law has long been clear. No public money can be used to pay for religious services, education, or proselytizing. And even though Presidents George W. Bush and Barack Obama allowed religious groups to apply for federal grants to help the needy around the world, these groups had to follow strict rules to make sure their programs served everyone, regardless of faith. One expert in the faith-based initiative community says the Trump administration could face lawsuits if it goes ahead with its plan.
The separation of church and state found in our Constitution and the Establishment Clause and case law would really impede something of that sort. I think Vice President Pence's announcement would kind of degrade that aspect and have a lot of smaller organizations vying for these funds that might not meet the requirements.
A fundamental conflict at work, trying to protect those being targeted because of their faith without breaching the U.S.'s wall between church and state. Rosiland, Al Jazeera at the State Department.